Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We are in episode 2 talking about winning your final contest of the year. And we're going to move right into those peaking adjustments Adam and I left off talking about in the last episode. So assuming you've made the right management decisions and you're modulating your client's progress, or if you're a competitor, you're doing this on your own, and you feel like you're now there, you're in a different space. And so from that first contest, maybe you think you peaked perfectly. I had a client that competed a few weeks ago as a pro, and I've worked with him for a long time. And I said, this may be the closest we've ever been to just crossing that line into spillover, because you are so freaking full that I was afraid like one more gram of carbohydrate was going to put you over. And so now it's like, okay, we've got the perfect formula, right? Like we found it after years and years of working together. He's got multiple pro cards and pro titles. This was perfect. If we try to apply that same thing next time, he's in a totally different space. His food intake is going to be different. His recovery is going to be different. So you may learn some patterns that you can draw from in your own physique and that of a client, but you really have to make sure you avoid the temptation just to say, okay, I've got the quote recipe now.
Right. I think a lot of that comes down to also just the micromanagement of the peak too, and maybe even doing a little bit of homework the week before. So again, increasing check-ins just a little bit more frequently. I might have a client go every day. I actually have 2 girls right now. They're a week out from their show and they're checking in every day. I just want to see those changes. And we're actually increasing carbs right now too. So they're going to be ready before the show, which is nice. But currently right now with my client who had done a linear load when he was depleted, now, we were kind of dipping away from getting body fat, just trying to keep it down because we raised his calories so high. What we did for his peak week is like a midweek dip, just in case we started to spill over. But what we found is, the carb manipulation has been so small since he's already loaded that I don't feel like I'm going to make an irresponsible move there. But I kept it there just to plan for it. So basically, I didn't want to give him high carbs and then pull it down, because a lot of times you do that, clients think something's wrong. And then instead, if I say, hey, well, let's increase your carbs today, they just feel mentally better about it.
Mm-hmm. I've made that decision more this year. I think just with a little bit more experience using different versions of our progressive linear loading. And it's exactly as you said, sometimes you get stuck on, well, we want to be progressive in the progressive linear load. So let's find that glycogen ceiling toward the end of the week. And I found if you get there too early, now you have nowhere to go. That stasis can be detrimental. And so I've been, just holding back a little bit, almost a day when I think, oh, we could probably increase carbs, maybe we'll hold back just one more day and then we can have a little bit more the next day. So you're getting back, it's definitely not a backload, but you're making sure that within that 48-hour window before the contest, you're just not getting there too soon. And I think that's very helpful for a lot of people. And especially you had mentioned a client in the previous episode who, because this is his final contest of the year, he's already lean enough, you've been building his food intake up, his peak is probably going to be more linear. You may not have any more room to go because he's already there.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I felt. I didn't want to push it too much and, risk anything.
Another thing with these final contests, when people ostensibly are in great condition, they've probably accomplished that through their first show or two and the little extra margin of time, you can pull back a little bit. You can say, okay, because we have your food intake back up to almost maintenance levels, let's actually start peak week just a notch lower. Let's bring that down, get you a little hungry. Let's see what you look like, a little bit tighter. Obviously, you're not depleting down to nothing, but you lose a couple pounds of water because of glycogen stores coming down. And all of a sudden, it's easier to then find that perfect point toward the end of the week coming back up.
I think sometimes that lower day too really helps their digestion. It gives their tract just a little bit of a break. So I do agree with that. It is kind of nice to do that dip down on occasion.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, guys, in the next couple episodes, we're going to talk about some of the more aesthetic parts of contest prep, especially leading into your final show of the year. So we will see you next time in Contest Prep University.